Hi, if you are like me and participate in online political discussion with some other losers on Discord, you can often hear the words Prager U when you start talking about capitalism. But why? The simple answer is that it's just a strawman. But where does this strawman even come from? The answer is simple. It is content made by Prager U. But before going to talk about that, what even Prager U is? According to Wikipedia, Prager is an American non-profit media company that creates videos on various political, economic and sociological topics from an American conservative perspective. That concept itself is not bad in my opinion, and I think that right-wing think tanks can be good for balancing discussion with left. For example, I really do enjoy Reason TV, and maybe you would say that Prager would advocate their opinions in a sensible way. Sadly, that is not the case. For example, a lot of their videos can be made with good intentions, but the outcome is horrible. For example, take their stance on open borders. They say that unregulated immigration is bad, but they have never stated that unregulated immigration in a state without social welfare can be good, since only the quote-unquote good ones would stay there. In their video about prison, they never mentioned that abolishing drug crimes and war on drugs and legalizing drugs would not only be beneficial to lower the prison population, but also the taxes. Those are not my ideas. Those ideas were presented by Milton Friedman, who's by the way my favorite economist. But that is not even the worst thing about Prager. The worst thing about Prager that truly pisses me off is that they never debate their opponents. Why is that wrong? The reason is that I do believe that you should be able to present your arguments to your opponent in a way that they understand why you think this way. So you just don't come up as a confirmation bias type of crap. Maybe you would just say that this is just a Prager U and other mainstream right is just fine. Sadly, that is not the case. For example, Steven Crowder, right? He kinda debates his opponents, right? But sadly he has showed a false argument, false chart about global warming. That is just bad. Now all right-wingers look like anti-vaxxers, flat earthers and climate change deniers. Take a look at Ben Shapiro. While Ben Shapiro is not terrible in debating in my opinion, and I do share some opinions with him, I do not think he can debate with big dogs on the left, if you can say it that way. You may say hey, he's dominant, but his aggressive tone just turns a lot of people from all branches of right wing, not just conservatism. Now you are saying that I have to accept that right is full of aggressive liars and I should just listen to reasonable arguments of breadtubers. But to that, I have an argument that this is just a mainstream conservatism and there are a number of right-wing think tanks such as Reason TV. But today, I would like to talk about a libertarian think tank from my country of Czechia called Svobodný přístav, aka Free Haven. Some of you are probably worried that this is just another version of Liberty Hangout, but thankfully, unlike Liberty Hangout, the Free Haven is truly libertarian. The Free Haven is an actually uncapped YouTube channel run by Czech programmer Martin Urza and his wife Teresa Urza, on which they present their ideas on economics and such in sometimes hours long video, which is a big difference compared to usual short Prager U ones. And that is super important for this type of channel, I believe. And sometimes he even invites great Czech economists to his channel, such as Lukáš Kovanda. And that is not even the best thing about the Free Haven. The best part is that Mr. Urza is able to debate his opponents such as collectivist anarchists, anarcho-communists, or full-blown Marxist-Leninists, or other leftists in general for that matter. You might say that I'm just a fanboy and that anyone is able discussing, and often you are right? But I want to present you 4 things that Martin Urza does better than most debaters. His arguments have logic. Since he is a programmer, he kinda does have a mathematical background, which allows him to construct easily understandable point that does make sense thanks to his excellent usage and knowledge of statement logic. He is calm and rarely raises his voice. I believe this makes him much more enjoyable as opposed to more aggressive tone of Shapiro or Prager. He can acknowledge him being wrong sometimes and not knowing something, and him wanting to learn about the topic from different perspective. He appreciates his guests' views and always thanks them for coming. That is not only polite, but in my opinion also makes people engage with him in a debate. Now, you might want to confirm me that I'm just a filthy ANCAP, to which I reply no because I'm a minarchist. But thanks to mentioned attributes of the Free Haven, I find it very enjoyable and educational, unlike Prager U where U is supposed to stand for university. But there is one major downside to the Free Haven, and that is the channel is not in English, sadly. And honestly, I believe that Martin Urza's content in English could make more people become libertarians. And also, Martin Urza would be amazing for debating some famous breadtubers such as Vosh or ContraPoints. So at the end, I can only say one thing. In the world of Pragers, Crowders and Shapiros, be Martin Urza. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, consider subscribing. By the way, everything I was mentioning today will be down in the description. And for now, bye.